life was back in the 1840s, especially for traders.
I got a feeling it was hard. Tell us a little more. We're joined by Steve Beck. Hey, Steve.
Hi, Cody.
How you doing, man? I like the bow tie. That looks good. Was trading life hard life? Was it a hard way to make a living?
You know, it was a hard living. It was a lot of cold water and snow and bad conditions. But that cat video that you promised,
yeah.
Well, here's a bobcat.
Oh, it's a bobcat.
And while that was a varmint that did not have a great deal of cash value on the market, it was a symbol of being a great hunter. And in the earliest days of Sutter's Fort, in the early 1840s, the only money that Sutter had was access to the animals on his land, and he exploited those to the greatest extent. And so, yes, while there were varmints like the badger, you may remember the badger best as your grandfather's shaving brush. That's what the bristles were made from. But where the real money was in beaver pelts. So beaver at this time, they used the felt, or they made a felt out of the pelage under the hair, and that was formed into hats. Perhaps the most famous beaver felt hat was that worn by Abraham Lincoln. His stovepipe hat had the felt from 10 beavers that went into it. But they made fashionable hats that were later replaced by silk, which there go ended the beaver industry and the trapping industry. But the beaver was prized not just because it could be formed easily and because it was waterproof. You know, like you got 19th century Gore-Tex here, you guys. It's waterproof and it breathes. It's natural. And so this felt was made into waterproof hats that had a practical as well as a common purpose. So I want to invite everybody to come out, learn about the trapping industry, not just as it was in California, which was the end of it. So what we're showing you now is a bunch of the different weapons that existed. This is a double-barrel shotgun, and perhaps this one's most interesting of all. This is a gun that weighs about 40 pounds. And while the trappers didn't carry this around, it was used in camp. It's known as a Chesapeake Bay gun, or in military parlance, it's known as a wall gun, you know, for defense of the walls. But it was for shooting waterfowl. Imagine how many waterfowl you could get shooting buckshot from an 1 3/4 barrel. And of course, waterfowl were prolific.
Yeah, you didn't have to be like a good shot. You just take up half the sky.
You didn't have to be a good shot.
Hey, buddy, we got to go. Is it going on today that people can learn all about this?
It is going on today. Our admission prices are $7 for adults, $5 for youth. We're open from 10 o'clock to 5 o'clock, and there's also an event going on the same grounds at the California State Indian Museum. So you can learn both sides. And one of the things we're going to be doing is to fire the cannon for you three times during the day, and at 11, 1, and 3. So we'd now like to demonstrate what that's going to look like.
Okay.
Men, fire!
Fire in the hole! There you go. If you're not awake
all right,
now,
secure the peace.
Thanks for hanging out with us.
Thank you for sharing your morning with us.
All right, appreciate that. I love going to Sutter's Fort. I always learn something new when I go over there.
Yeah, and they're so personable too, so they make the history exciting for kids. I love it. All right, well, let's take